Take your mask off, Tip. Welcome back. We are joined by head coach Dave Tippett. Please raise your hand if you have a question using the raise hand function. If you have a follow-up, please ask it following your first. We'll start with Jim Matheson, Post Media.
So now, Dave, with Mike Smith out on long term, you're going to have to ride one goalie, Mikko, for a long time. This obviously wasn't your game plan going into the season with so many games jammed in the early part of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing is we had a back-to-back to start. Now we don't play back-to-back for a little bit here, so we can get him he can get some rest between games, but not ideal, but we'll work through it. It's a great opportunity for Koski to jump in and really take the ball and run with it.
Now, does your team have to play a little differently when you only got really one NHL goaltender?
No, we want to defend well no matter who's in net, so we're not going to play any different. We're going to try to defend as best we can.
Next question, Reed Wilkins, 630 Ched.
Thanks. Dave, what, if anything, do you know about Troy Grosnick?
Not a lot, no. He hasn't played a lot of time in the NHL, but talking to our scouts there and talking to Schwartzy, he's had some real quality time in the AHL, and he'll come in and give us an option.
And just, saw Ennis on the ice yesterday, wondering if he's available for today, and if you can give us any, if he is going to play, if there's any lineup changes today.
Yeah, he's available today. Looks like he'll go in today.
Next question, Ryan Ershog, TSN.
Dave, you talked yesterday quite a bit about what you've seen on the ice from Puljujarvi. I just wonder a little bit about off the ice. I noticed on day one of training camp, you commented that you loved the fact he was, smiling a lot and seemed really positive. What have you noticed in his demeanor and maybe in the way his teammates that were here before seem to have accepted him back?
I think a lot has to do with the language. When he was here last time, I don't think he didn't speak English very well. He probably understood it better, but now he's just he knows the language well. He's just part of the group. He doesn't feel like he's has to be outsider because he doesn't know how to speak. So he's in there. He's joking around with guys in practice. He's joking around with guys. He's a fun-loving guy that's come. He plays hard every day, and he's enjoying what he's doing. So I think the combination. I keep going back to the maturity. He's more mature than he was a couple of years ago. The language isn't a barrier for him anymore. He's just more comfortable in all the surroundings.
Based on the skate that I just watched, looks like Kara coming out tonight. Just maybe a thought on what you've seen from him so far and what every night he needs to do to be an everyday guy.
He's been okay. I mean, he's helped our penalty kill, but right now it's a matter we've got some players that we want to get up and going. It's early in the season. We want to have a chance to see everybody. I want to have a look at Shore in the middle. Nygaard will come in tonight, and he actually played very well over in Sweden. He hasn't got a chance to play yet, so we're going to get him up and going. So it's probably a little less about what JJ was doing and more about trying to get other players up and going and see what we have.
Next question, Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
So it's kind of weird with these call-ups of these goalies. Like, you've seen a lot of stuff in your years, but you're bringing in a guy from Austria. He's got to wait, I guess, 2 weeks. You're bringing in a guy from LA. He's got to wait 2 weeks. Like, these guys are coming in, but they're not going to help very soon, Dave.
You know what? I'm focusing on the two that we have here right now, and that's plenty for me to focus on right now. When the other guys finish quarantine and get here, we'll figure out where they fit in.
Can you, Koskinen's played well for you, but it's obviously the question with him is the more he's played, it hasn't been as good. Do you take a run at playing him all the time now? Do you give him a chance to show that he can be an everyday guy?
It's early in the year, so there's lots of energy. The time that I thought that the year before I came here, he had played a lot of games in a row, and he looked tired near the end of that year. So it's early in the year. He feels really good. We'll manage his workload and practice and stuff, and he's got to be the guy for a while. So hopefully he comes in and plays well.
Next question, Arpon Basu, The Athletic.
Hey, Dave, you mentioned, wanting to defend as well as you can. What sort of challenges do the Canadians present in the way that particularly their forward group is structured?
The Canadians or every other team, you want to defend whoever you're playing against. The Canadians have, they've got a good group of forwards, real balanced group of forwards, some good speed, skill. They put a lot of pucks at the net, so those are all challenges we'll have in front of us. But it doesn't matter who we're playing. We want to defend as well as we can. We want to make that a staple in our game. We feel like we can create enough chances, but we have to defend well.
Thank you.
Next question, Guillaume Lefrancois, La Presse.
Hi, Dave. What do you see in Alex Chiasson's game that enables you to put him on that first power play? What do you like about his game, and what skills does he have to be there?
Really strong in front of the net, has a good read on what the other players are doing, when he needs to be in front of the goaltender, when he has to pop out. And he works on loose pucks. So that's one of his strengths. That's a role he plays on our team, and he does it very well.
All right, thank you.
If there are no more questions, that brings us to the conclusion of Dave Tippett's media availability.